Oh!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The white SUV driver turned in front of the black SUV, causing the T-bone collision. Both airbags were deployed, but miraculously there were no injuries. The white SUV driver was cited.
For the person that I'm taking their spot, they've said, ow! Are you kidding? That's the idiot that was on his cell phone earlier. Looks like he's still on it. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, he took off. Call 911. He just hit that dude.
The truck driver was texting and driving and rammed into multiple cars, causing the pileup. He decided to book it after the crash and hit a biker and was later caught and apprehended and is now being charged.
They appear to really have it under control. So that's the first thing that is really striking. I think when we look at the Chinese...
The van driver ignored the red light, being in the way of the turning truck driver who did have the right-of-way. The van driver winds up hitting the guardrail and would be at fault for the accident.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going.
it.
Whoa!
Yo!
That's going to DDS.
Yeah, right? I was watching actually videos of those kinds of things the other day, and I was thinking like,
Oh, there's one of my clips on there actually.
What channel is it again?
It's called DDS TV.
DDS TV.
It's ironic because the camera was talking about DDS TV before this happened and talked about DDS TV after it happened and then found himself on DDS TV. The driver of the white car happened to be drunk behind the wheel. He tried to run away but damaged his car so hard that the car would not start. Officers arrived, administered a sobriety test, which he failed, and then arrested him. The truck driver thought he was clear to proceed through the cut-through and chanced it, causing the camera to hit him. The truck driver would be at fault as he blindly proceeded through a cut-through. Believe it or not, it was an officer driving the SUV in front of the camera, and he happened to be playing on his phone, which caused him to rear-end the lady in front of him. The camera stopped to assist the lady that was rear-ended by the officer.
I'll end up having it again sometime. I mean, I don't know, it could be 6 months, a year, whatever, but it's weird, isn't it? Your mind just crazy.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, man.
He's still going too.
Wow. Uh-oh, he must be unconscious or something. Oh my gosh, man.
Don't go too far to the right.
Yeah. Oh boy.
The driver missed his exit, causing him to last-second merge into the highway, which unfortunately resulted in a loss of control and an inevitable crash.
Not the first
Get him,
time.
get him, get him, get him, get him,
Is
get
he
him.
running?
Yeah, get him. Get him now.
Give me my friend. Call 911.
The driver of the white Lexus turned blindly into oncoming traffic, causing a crash, and then tried to flee. The camera didn't give up and chased him till he stopped. The Lexus driver claimed he thought he, quote-unquote, hit a hole in the road. Due to the camera's alertness, he managed to avoid a collision with both the Pepsi and Coke trucks. But the real question is, do you prefer Coke or Pepsi? Let me know what you prefer down below.
Pro-compsognathus, or whatever they're called, Malcolm asked. Oh yes, Wu said immediately.
The hatchback driver was clearly texting and driving, which is why you don't see her even try to stop. The camera's DDS senses kicked in and felt an accident before it actually happened. The hatchback driver admitted fault. The driver to the left tried to skip traffic and slammed into another car. The officers that arrived cited the Chevy HHR driver.
Lower labor costs. This response has been set up factories or by companies in other parts of the world. There are now 94 subsidiaries producing goods from Vietnam to Chile, Morocco, money capitalists living off the labor of others.
The Honda driver failed to check his mirrors or sides and turned way too widely, causing the camera to ram into him. Thanks to dashcam footage, the Honda driver was found at fault. The SUV driver got upset because the camera overtook him and was clearly unhappy about that. He even lost his pair of sunglasses trying to prove a point to the camera and sped up in shame. The camera admits he was at fault for this accident. The Jeep he rear-ended had over a few $1,000s in damages, but since his Jeep had a metal bar in the front, he suffered little to no damage. Due to the camera's alertness, she was able to brake in time, preventing a T-bone collision with the oblivious crossing driver. Ben's driver stopped in the middle of the road to merge. Since the camera was driving a semi, he could not stop in time, resulting in the crash. Insurance ruled this 80-20, 20% being the camera's fault and 80% being the Benz driver's fault. Do you agree with this assessment? The truck driver was running away from the officers, but he did have his turn signals on. Despite his attempt to run, he was still apprehended and arrested and faces multiple criminal charges. The truck driver claimed he had a load shift which caused his semi-bed to tilt and roll over. Thankfully, the truck driver was okay and no one else was impacted.